Hello Pisces, welcome to Intuitive Gems. My name is Desiree and today I'll be doing your money, wealth, finance, prosperity, abundance reading for the month of August 2022. If this is your first time catching one of my readings, I do want to say welcome and I invite you to subscribe because I do these readings each and every month and I would love to share your money message with you. For the readings this month, I'll be using my white tarot deck. I will clarify with my Radiant Rider-Waite tarot. And then I will go ahead and close out your reading with a Crystal Angels Oracle card. So, Pisces, you got some really good cards here. Looks like you are rebuilding things. And I'm feeling like that's either for a business or something work related. You know, you're going to be really, really busy at the beginning of August from what I'm seeing here. So we've got the Ace of Cups. This is a beautiful card to have as the first card because that talks about overflow. It also talks about really just loving and really being where you are right now. It's like you're passionate about this stage of your life. There's so many options. You finally feel like you're moving in the right direction. You have no regrets about making some recent changes as it relates to your career or to your work or to your business. And you've been very, very busy. You've been working quite a bit, you know, trying to get things moving ahead, progressive, trying to grow, trying to make more money, trying to attract more customers, you know, whatever it is that you do. You've been working a lot and you are going to continue on that path as we move into the first week of August. Now, the other thing I see here is this Chariot card in the reverse, and that talks about either things kind of happening all at once and it's hard to kind of keep up with everything. Not that, you know, you're not going to be able to keep up, but it's like your attention is being pulled in several directions. And I do feel like that is something you're going to have to, you know, deal with as we move into this new month of August. Now, of course, the next card, the Four of Cups, says that there's going to be things that show up and not all of them are going to be in alignment with what you're trying to do. So just pay attention to the opportunities and the conversations that you're having, because I feel like that's going to contribute to the overwhelmed feeling to some degree. And I also feel like you're going to, it's like you know what you want to do, but for some reason you can't do it to the degree or to the capacity that you want to do it. Finally, we have that Tower card in the reverse. That's a great card to see in the reverse because that means that you are rebuilding, restructuring, and you're putting some things in place that maybe weren't so solid at first. And so now you're kind of seeing where maybe where you made some mistakes. And so you're making sure that all the holes are filled, you know, all the I's are dotted, T's are crossed. It's like you're really paying attention to the details and you're going over everything and you're starting to put things, it's like you're starting to build a much more solid foundation, especially as it relates to money, as it relates to your business and all that type of stuff. So the first week of August for you, Pisces, is going to be very, very busy. It's going to be a lot of, like I said, building and putting things in place that maybe were not where they should have been at the beginning. All right, so what else do we need to know for the sign of Pisces as it relates to money, wealth, finance, prosperity, and abundance for the month of August 2022? You know, a lot of the signs are getting that Hierophant card, which tells me that you're kind of doing your own thing, doing it your own way. But let's start with the Seven of Swords. Now, the Seven of Swords, there's someone near you, Pisces, who may feel threatened or who is just being dishonest. And I think you kind of know who this person is. Be very careful about who you allow into your inner circle. Now, especially for those of you who are business owners, this could put you in a very vulnerable position. But you don't have to worry because the next card is the Nine of Cups. Now, the Nine of Cups is a very good card. So not only do I think that you know who this person is, but things, circumstances just kind of play out to where you don't even kind of have to confront this person. It's like they just kind of fall away on their own accord. The other thing is the Nine of Cups also talks about your wishes being fulfilled. So you are going to have some progress, some good news, some positive feedback as it relates to your money once we hit that second week of August. Next up, we have the Six of Swords. Now that's a card all about travel. So for some of you, you could be taking a trip roughly mid-August. The other thing it could mean is that for some of you who work or have businesses, there could be some international expansion. Maybe you could partner with someone internationally, or maybe you could, maybe your job will transfer you internationally, or you just start connecting with people overseas in order to grow and expand what you're currently doing. Now, I talked about the Hierophant card. That's you kind of going against the grain and you making your own rules for what works for you. Now, there's nothing wrong with that, but we do have to understand that sometimes when we do things our own way, things don't always, the results don't always turn out how we expect. So we have to be in position to deal with things that may or may not work out in our favor. But because this is in the upright position, I do think that that is going to work out in your favor. Again, because we're talking about money. If you're looking to take a risk in some way, or if you're looking to do something bold and different, it looks like it is going to work out for you. And it is going to be profitable, right? So if you have a product, if you have a service, and you're trying to market it differently, that is something that could work out very well. Finally, we have the Ten of Swords. Now, the Ten of Swords is healing from some type of emotional disappointment. Now, remember we talked about this card here where there's somebody around you who feels threatened, and maybe he or she is being dishonest. Like I said, I get the sense you know who this person is, but you overcome it very, very well. It's not anything that holds you back, and it's not anything that prevents you from doing the things that you need to do, Pisces. Okay, so yes, maybe you're sad and disappointed, but you're not going to let it stand in the way of you getting your money. That's the bottom line. All right, Pisces, let's see what else shows up for you as it relates to money, wealth, finances, prosperity, and abundance for the month of August 2022. Now, we've got some really good cards here. We've got the Ace of Swords. Even though it's in the reverse, that just means that the breakthroughs are slow, but things are still happening behind the scenes. You're just not going to see any type of, visual, physical movement. Okay, you're going to have to trust that things are growing and progressing behind the scenes. Now, as this relates to money and or your work, I'm feeling like for those of you who are business owners, you're waiting for something to happen, but it's not quite happening at the speed that you want, or you just don't see any physical signs of things happening. But you're going to have to trust that things are happening. You're just not going to get confirmation. Next up, we have the Knight of Pentacles. Now, that's some type of financial support. However, it comes short of what you were expecting. It could be a loan approval, maybe for less the amount than what you had applied for. Or it could be someone showing up saying they're going to help you, and the help that they offer or give falls short of your expectations. Okay, so it's not necessarily bad. It's just not everything that you need. Now, we have a repeater card. We have the Four of Cups. We had that card here. The Four of Cups talks about options and paying attention to what shows up. I do get the sense that you're going to say no to something, Pisces. Something that maybe you were considering up here, but very clearly it's just not the right time, or it's just not the right fit for you. And again, this is something money related. It has the potential to impact your finances in some way. Now, finally, we have the Four of Wands. Now, that's the card of stability. It's also the card of partnership, marriage, and also coming together. Something is coming together in a very beautiful way for you. And I'm not surprised, because remember, we talked about things being rebuilt with this Tower card, and it's in alignment with that, which means that things get rebuilt very strong. They're very stable. Things are very, very secure. Okay, so that's really good, especially as it relates to business, money, and finances, because we always want to have a stable foundation. All right, Pisces, let's see what else shows up for you as it relates to, whoa, money, wealth, finances, prosperity, and abundance for the month of August 2022. All these cards fell out, so I'm going to go with it. Okay, and I apologize if you hear my neighbor screaming outside. All right, so we got the Ten of Swords. Now, this is another repeater card. We had it here. Ten of Swords again. It means there's going to be some type of upset, some type of emotional, bothering thing going on. I wouldn't be surprised if it is related to this person here who's being dishonest. You know, sometimes these things kind of go back and forth for a while, and it looks like that's what's going to happen here. Now, because this is a money reading, you have to pay attention to your feelings, because it has the potential to kind of distract you and take you away from your goals and take you off focus, okay? We also have the Seven of Wands. That's a communication card. Again, that means that, excuse me, that the conversations are going to be heavy. The conversations could be, you know, very disappointing or very frustrating. Okay, and I do believe that this is going to be something related here, because these two cards are next to each other. This one's also in alignment with that card. So I do feel like you and this person are going to have a conversation, and things are going to be said. And maybe you guys just might not be on the same page, or maybe a confrontation of some sort happens, okay? It's one of those things that you just kind of have to be prepared for and just kind of expect it, and you will be fine, okay? It will be, you know, one of those things that you just have to kind of learn and grow through. Next up, we have the Ace of Wands. Now, that's the cash flow card. When I see it in the reverse, that means that cash flow may not necessarily be happening to the degree that we want it to towards the end of the month. Doesn't mean you're not going to have any cash flow, and it doesn't mean that you're not going to have any revenue or money coming in, right? Remember, the Ace of Swords is a cash flow card, so you may not have cash coming in, but you may have money coming in, you know, via credits or, you know, adjustments being made, but you're just not going to see a very strong cash flow towards the end of the month. But I don't want you to worry about that, because from what I'm seeing here, it looks like things actually kind of get really, really good. Now, we also have the Nine of Pentacles in the reverse. That's the card of lavish spending, extravagance, luxury. When I see her in the reverse, that means we have to be very careful not to overspend, okay, and not to kind of splurge too much. Even though you are very deserving, Pisces, we just have to be very careful about how we're spending our money. Next up, we got the Queen of Cups. Now, I like that card because it talks about emotional sensitivity. The Queen of Cups is someone who is very emotionally mature. She's very emotionally stable, and she doesn't get rocked too easily. Now, we also have the Five of Swords, and the Five of Swords, again, is another communication card. And this one, though, talks about you walking away from something and really just choosing not to fight, argue, bicker, or go back and forth. It's like you take the high road, and that actually benefits you a lot because, again, it allows you to put your focus back on making your money. Now, I don't know. I'm feeling like I do need one more card for you, Pisces, so I'm just going to go for it. Oh, I got 3 more cards for you, Pisces. Okay. So this is what I got. Future planning, 2 of Swords, making a decision, no procrastination, and working on your budget. So I'm getting the sense that you're really going to have to focus on your budget throughout the month of August, Pisces, because it looks like there's some things that are trying to kind of distract you. Like I said, we talked about somebody being dishonest here and some emotional feelings getting in the way. So you're going to have to really stay focused on what you're doing and what you're working on throughout the month of August, okay? So you've got a heavy month coming up, Pisces, but again, it's not anything bad. You're really happy about where you are. Money's coming in. And you also have some things that are coming back stronger. You're rebuilding things. You have stability. You have a really strong foundation as it relates to your money and to your work. So you have all good things showing up for you in August. So let's go ahead and close out your reading with a crystal angel oracle card. Ooh, this is pretty. All right, Pisces, so you got the card of Jade. And this is about wellness. The recovery of health and wellness is here. The recovery of health and wellness is here. So maybe that's what you need to be focusing on in August, Pisces, you know, taking care of you and not allowing anyone or anything to get in the way of that. All right, Pisces, I hope you enjoyed this reading. I hope it was helpful. If you have any questions, drop them down below. I want to thank you so much for spending this time with me. We'll do it all again next month.